Hi everyone, and welcome back to How the Wise One Grows. Thank you so much for taking time to land here with me today. I'm still feeling really excited from episode 50, where we got to have a clay conversation where my best friend Emma and I threw pots as we had a conversation about growth this last year to celebrate 1 full year of How the Wise One Grows podcast. And I get a little ushy-gushy and gooey fawning over how much each of you mean to me and how much this podcast means to me in that episode. Definitely go back and give it a listen. Or you can watch us through on YouTube, which is pretty fun too. But we're here, right? We made it. And as I have been reflecting back on that conversation and reflecting back on a lot of the growth that's taken place this last year, it reminded me of a concept that I learned in a Buddhism class in college that I'm really seeing come into play more and more in my day-to-day life right now, which is really cool to see something that years and years ago I learned. And it took some serious watering for this seed to start to bloom. It took time, it took patience, it took a lot of nurturing and nurturance for this seed to bloom. But I'm starting to see like little sprouts come up, which is really cool. So the concept that episode 50 had me reflecting on is one of the suttas about 2 darts or 2 arrows. And essentially it says that in life, you're going to inevitably get hit by some darts, right? There is often a first dart, and that is pain. That is something that is inevitable. It's going to happen. It's a part of being human. It's not always in our control, right? But often we throw a second dart at that pain. And this second dart is optional. This second dart is suffering. So the first dart is like the physical pain we get hit with, and the second dart is the mental affliction and agitation we add on to it. I was thinking about it this way today. It's like if you were walking down the street, right? You're just like going about your day and you get hit by a dart and you start bleeding and you're in pain and it hurts. Would you go and get help and tend to that wound, address it, help it mend so you can start to heal? Or would you pretend it wasn't there? Or get mad at yourself and beat yourself up for the fact that you got hit? And I think a lot of us do the latter, right? When there's pain, rather than just being like, okay, right now I'm bleeding. How can I tend to this pain? How can I tend to this uncomfort or discomfort right now? We tend to resist it or add all these stories around it. These are the second darts that come in and add unnecessary suffering. But if we can learn to be more neutral as we witness the pain that's present, and then we can respond to it, we can sit with the discomfort, we can be with it so we can start to heal. So I think a lot of what I'm kind of exploring and learning more and more is that a lot of life, there's going to be pain. We can't escape that. But the suffering is optional. And that's what we work on. I think that I find my meditation space to be where I practice not throwing the second dart, right? It's like you're sitting there and all these darts are coming at you. Like I'm getting darts about the dishes in the sink or the lawnmower outside or the thing I didn't do yesterday. So instead of throwing a second dart at that and getting mad at myself for having those thoughts, I practice just witnessing it. Witnessing the things that are arising, and then choosing to breathe, choosing to be with, those things that are a part of the present moment, and then putting my attention where I want it to go. So that's what we're going to practice in our meditation time together today, is just witnessing the darts that we're throwing at ourselves? And can we at least try to slow down or become aware of those second darts? And maybe even not throw some of them. So settle in, find a space that feels safe and supportive for you if you haven't already. And we'll get started. So just settle into a comfortable seat. I recently upgraded my yoga block that I've been sitting on during meditation for years to I was gifted a set from Hugger Mugger, this beautiful Zafu and Zabuton set, which is a meditation cushion and pillow. It's been a lovely addition to my space. Definitely recommend checking it out if it's of interest to you. But you don't need anything fancy. You just need to sit where you are, feel your feet on the ground, and breathe here now. Let's just witness where in the body you feel the breath as it moves in and as it moves out. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Inhale, fill your chest, fill your belly with air. Exhale, open your mouth, let it all out. Again, inhale, fill your chest, fill your belly with air. Exhale, open your mouth, let it all go. One more inhale. And exhale. Just take a moment to notice where your body rests on the earth. And let yourself feel the support of the earth beneath you. Right? Like this ground, this earth has held so many things before you. It has been through so much. It has you here. It can hold you. It can hold whatever you're holding. So see if there's anything that you can release into the earth beneath you right now. Taking that extra weight off your shoulders. Let the shoulders soften down the back. And notice where in the body you feel the breath as it moves in and as it flows out. And as we sit, I want you to notice. Maybe when there's that first start, maybe your foot starts to fall asleep, or there's an itch that you want to scratch, or a thought racing through your mind. Can you practice witnessing it with more of a neutral observation, without an attachment to it? So with that itch, what would it be like if you didn't scratch it? What would it be like if you just sat with it? If you just noticed it? Or that thought racing through the mind, what if you unhooked from it? And didn't get mad at yourself for having that thought? And simply brought your awareness back to the breath. So let yourself notice the first starts as they arise. Whether it be a sensation in your foot, That's for me right now, or some other part of your body. And don't throw the second dart. Don't add any extra story to it. Just witness it. Be with what's here in this moment. And you can gently bring your awareness back to the breath or some other sensation that feels good, that brings you ease here. Noticing the sounds that might be around you. Not throwing a second dart at those either. And again, gently bring it back to something soft here. Maybe the breath floating through the body. Maybe your connection to the earth beneath you. And in a few moments, you'll hear the gentle dinging of a bell. And as you hear that ring dissipate, you can slowly open your eyes as you return to this space. Just take a moment to notice how you feel here, how your body feels, and how your mind feels. And I invite you to explore as you move through the rest of your day. What would it be like if you didn't throw that second dart? Can you witness the pain that's present, the discomfort that arises, and not add any additional suffering onto it? Thanks for joining. You all mean the world to me. And until the next time, let's keep taking it one breath at a time. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to How the Wise One Grows today. If this podcast has been impactful in your life, can you support it by following and subscribing to this podcast on your favorite streaming platform? This will make sure you never miss an episode. All you have to do is go to the show page for How the Wise One Grows and hit the plus or the follow button in the top right-hand corner. While you're there, go ahead and leave a review, preferably a 5-star review, and share an episode with someone you love in your life. And if you want to support even further, you can join the How the Wise One Grows Dream Team and become a part of a group of magical people who support this podcast every month. And you'll even get a special shout out in an upcoming episode. Until the next time, let's keep taking it one breath at a time.